pledge. All right. Morning. Minutes.
Got short one-page minute, September 5th, to be approved.
Any
Motion to
additions or
approve?
correction?
Second.
Okay. By aye?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Then I've got the claim docket for September 2nd through the 8th in the amount of $6,051,434.18.
Additions, corrections, questions?
Jimmy, can you explain what that $5 million convention tourism investment is? Is that just a,
Just, they had extra cash and bought, I think, some T-bills.
okay. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
All by aye?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Moving on.
Put you on the spot.
Barnes and Thornburg contract for the commissioners.
I can take this.
There you go, mister.
I can take this.
Odyssey.
This is the engagement letter for Rick Hall to handle our solar agreements here in the county. I think I had advised everybody that Rick is now handling the majority of all the solar agreements throughout the state. He's also the state commissioner's attorney. So this is an area of expertise for him. And he works it out where when he represents counties with these solar companies, the solar companies actually pay all of his fees, so.
So as we progress with several solar projects, or we've been approached by several people around the possible solar projects, this will be our good representation.
It will be.
So we've had at least 3 or 4 solar companies approach the commissioners. But the process is the solar company works with the private landowner. The private landowner leases the property to the solar company for a certain amount of years. Usually, typically, the solar company comes to the commissioners, or the council, excuse me, for some type of abatement. They make that decision. And in this contract, it will allow us to work toward economic impact payments. And the county receives some type of funding because they're putting a solar farm in the community. So yeah, Rick has represented at least 50 or so counties in solar projects. So
And this also, in Sullivan County, which I'm involved there, we've had 5 or 6 of these already that I've been involved with Rick Hall and the solar companies. And it's ended up with the county is going to get over time paid several $1 million under this economic agreement. So should be a good thing for the county.
Okay.
and we currently don't have any contracts with solar companies in Vigo County yet. So I'll make a motion to approve the contract.
Second?
All by aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. All right. We have the interlocal agreement. This is finalizing with the Honey Creek Conservancy District.
I can take this one also. This is the agreement that Craig McKee prepared, and I copied all of you on the agreement. And it's an agreement that in the event of disaster, flood, those kind of things, the county agrees. The county's involvement in this agreement is that we agree to essentially store sandbags down at our south location. That's our main piece to the puzzle to this, but it's an agreement that is being prepared in the event of a flood or disaster.
Mark, do you want to talk about the importance of getting this done?
Yeah, I think this is one of the last steps in getting this approved by FEMA to get this out of the floodplain, which would open up lots of land to future development and help out the current homeowners with their insurance rates, I believe. So I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, there are thousands of acres on the southwest side of the community that deal with this Honey Creek Conservancy District that are currently in a flood zone. By this contract getting accomplished, it allows FEMA to release that property out of the flood zone, which opens up a ton of property for potential housing developments and things like that, so,
30 years in the making, right, Mike?
yeah, I mean, this has been going
Long
on for a
time.
long time.
I think we have three roads that we have to sandbag, bring up about 2.5 feet, in case of some types of emergency, to be in compliance with the documentation that's been submitted to FEMA. So that's our part of it.
I'd move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, by aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. MS4 permitting. County Engineer, Mr. Robbins.
Morning.
Morning.
This is part of our MS4 agreement, since we are a Class 2 organization with this, so this will help satisfy our permitting requirements for the MS4 agreement. This is something that the City of Terre Haute helps out with us greatly. They actually, 5 and 6 here. 6 is just a contract that the Sanitary Board has already approved to have Christopher Burke Engineering do the coordinating with us, and that's the $40,000 fee in the MS4 agreement. That is split up equally between all the entities in that agreement. We are only responsible for $5,000 of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I reviewed the Christopher Burke agreement, requested a couple changes to be made in the agreement, which they did make.
Right.
So I'm good with the agreement.
All right.
So Larry, that looks like it's City of Terre Haute, West Terre Haute, Indiana State, Ivy Tech, all of those people?
Correct.
Wow.
Anyone that can have a separate storm sewer system discharge into any of the waters of the county or the state.
Gotcha. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All by aye?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Ongoing. SW2 services, professional services. That's you?
Same thing, right?
Same thing? Okay, all right. All right, this time, any comments from the public? None? Quiet? Any comments from the commissioners or other elected officials?
Commissioners, this is referring to the clinic that was taken over by Union. Christopher, I had brought up a question last time. You said you were going to look into it. I may have found the answer. It looks like it's got to do with the way it was coded,
Yep,
and that maybe we shouldn't have received a bill on it.
yep.
But I guess here's my question to the commissioners. When Proactive MD was down there, they came around to every office and they handed basically a small brochure that said, this is what our office has available to you. Any of these things that you come to our office and do is at no charge. You'll never see a bill. Can we get anything like that from?
They're working on it, Kevin. They're changing signage right now. They wanted to get the walls painted and stuff like that, but that's not in our maintenance budget to get done this year. But they are working on brochures. We met with them the first time, was it this month, Kara, or was it last month? And discussed several different things. So it's coming, but this is just our second or third month, I think, of being fully.
I talked with her yesterday, Rachel, who runs that, and there is another disagreement that happened similar to that, where there just is some discussion in-house that there's some confusion in-house how things are gonna be done. Rachel said things will still run the way they had. They just have to clarify with people within the system that didn't necessarily know that's the way it was gonna run, because they have several clinics, they have, one at ISU and one at St. Mary and all this stuff, so they're all different, but they are working on trying to make sure everybody in-house knows what the rules are, and that's a really problem.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, and they actually did get the walls painted.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Good.
at least the ones up front.
Wasn't from us though, was it?
Pardon me?
We didn't do it, did we? Okay.
It got done.
All right, good. The commissioners did meet with Jerry Sweeten yesterday. about Markle Mill Dam and McGuire Excavating, and we're going to have a date to announce the demolition of the dam probably by the end of the week. So, Tony, you and your team stay tuned for that. We want to make sure we give the community a heads up. With the help of Larry Robbins, he's actually going to close, is that Park Avenue? Rosedale, yeah. So when that goes on, so look forward to making that announcement here probably by the end of the week.
Update on Community Corrections Building. The parking lot will reopen today, so the outside work is complete, and the E911 section of the second floor is up the way, so we are looking at getting them moved by the end of the year.
Oh, one more thing. Not you, Larry. Want to thank Joni for having Dr. Weaver here. There had to be, what, 40 people in the room when she showed up? State Board of Health Commissioner, at correct terms? Say that way? Yeah. It was an awesome turnout, awesome experience, and she's full of all kinds of knowledge. And we made sure to tell everybody that Joni is ruthless when it comes to the health department. So, so it was really good. So thank you for that, Joni. Larry.
I have a quick update. Spring Hill Road, first phase is complete for the section from 7th Street to Canal Road. We are waiting on utility relocation. I just received an email this morning for a standby cost for White Construction. So these utility delays are going to cost us $17,901.84 a week.
Wow.
So just FYI, I'm going to be trying to put more pressure on utility companies to get those relocated.
We had talked about, Larry, maybe some legal conversations. Maybe having
I'd
Terry,
like to talk about that after this
give him a
meeting, if
call.
you're okay with that. So,
because that's ridiculous.
What's the latest from Frontier, why they're not moving those?
we've had no response from Frontier or Spectrum, and that's the frustrating side of it. They're not even communicating on what the issues are or why they can't relocate them.
Have we sent them a legal notice of any kind yet?
Nothing officially in the illegal capacity, but they've, they've been on notice for over a year now to get those relocated. They came in and relocated the facilities for the first phase and stopped at that end and they knew at that time that we were going to continue to keep moving on this. So that was the first part of this year. So that was in March. So.
This seems to be a problem with Frontier especially, because when we have broken poles and stuff, it may take 6 months for them to do something, and it's about to fall on the ground.
Yep.
So
Sullivan County has the same problem too, so it sounds like they're a problem.
Is there any recourse through the Indiana Regulatory Commission?
I think we can always file a complaint.
Yeah, I think we better. Yep.
But in Sullivan, I've sent them several letters on different things. They don't respond to stuff.
I think we should just take our excavator down there and knock a pole over.
It looks like there's only like 2 blocks worth of lines that are still up when I went down there the other day.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot of work, but unfortunately, the second phase of this maintenance control plan, once we move further to the east, we're doing that whole section on the south side of the road all the way out to Canal, keeping 1 lane of traffic open. Can't really work on the north side because there's not enough room to keep traffic on there, so we'll be looking at a total closure, which would be a nightmare for all those people. Not that there's no other access from that point on. That's why it was broken up into the phases that it was. So there's no other access points to those people that are east of 12th Street, all the way out to Canal to get, so if we shut the road down completely, it's going to be very cumbersome for them to be able to get that work done, having deliveries and people leaving their homes and coming back every, when they need to. So that's why it was put together the way it was. This is the frustrating part. The schedule that they have now had them after phase 1 completing phase 2 about mid-November. So if this delay goes about 3-4 weeks, we're probably looking at scrapping that whole thing until next year, next spring. So
Well, it's
granted,
frustrating
critical
too,
juncture.
because as much as I want to blame Frontier for it, there's so much work going on by NDOT and other communities that it's hard. The workforce just isn't there for them to get those things done. But still,
And at the same time, I feel you there as far as the work goes, but they could at least respond and let us know what the schedule is or what's going on. We'd have some type of back and forth negotiation with this or something. they've also been on notice. I can see they relocated a few utilities and just didn't get them all, but if they could move 4 or 5 poles, we could start working. So,
Well, so if we can continue that conversation, have an official letter from the Board of Commissioners with Terry's information on it, and with that amount of money, what it's gonna cost to be delayed, we'll see where that goes.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Big council meeting tonight, right, Vicky? What's that?
Anybody else? Did you wanna, Ms. Giles, you wanna talk about the vaping thing if you wanted to, or?
So, if you've been paying attention to the news, oh, by the way, I'm Shannon Giles. I'm the Tobacco Prevention and Cessation Coordinator for Tobacco Free Vigo. Last Thursday, at the City Council meeting, we passed an amendment to the smoking ordinance to expand the definition of smoking to include electronic devices. So, what is commonly known as e-cigarettes, vapes, juuls, that kind of thing. So now we need to do the same thing on the county level, so that the entire county is under the same ordinance language. So I sent a draft. You guys have a draft of it. I can send it to everybody if you need to. Thank you, Mark, for your mention on Channel 2 on Friday. I didn't know they were going to reach out to you guys. But that way the language will be mirrored so that the city and the county will be aligned in terms of the smoking ordinance and including vaping. I'm a little up in the air in terms of effectiveness date on the city part of it. Tobacco Free Vigo is offering to any businesses who need to get new signage that we will provide that signage free of charge. Posters, table tents, signs for the doors, things like that. We're working on designing all of that. We're also going to be having some lunch and learn or breakfast meetings into the fall to educate businesses and other folks about what the new legislation means and how it'll affect employers in the county. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Adam Grossman, Bruce, Joey, Kara, Diana, nothing, Vicky? Oh boy. Everybody buckle up.
Vicki Wager, County Council, District 3. District 3 County Council is the city of Terre Haute from Maple Avenue to Hallman, 7th Street to Fruit Ridge. That's the city of Terre Haute, so they can't vape in my district.
I appreciate you giving us your support on that.
And I'll go patrol it for you if you want me to.
Well, you know what, enforcement is a lot harder in the city because on the county you've got her. And so. You're my new best friend.
Shelby, absolutely.
Good morning. So I just want to address something that was approved at a prior meeting back in June or July about these acrylic sign holders
Yes.
in a meeting. So I ordered enough for all the restrooms and Shelby Jackson, public health educator. So I ordered these and gave them to maintenance to hang up, only to find out that it's not allowed. So I would want to ask you guys about that.
In the restrooms,
Yes.
so we don't want to put any holes in the doors or anything
That's
like that
fine.
because it voids the warranty on the doors. If you wanted to hang something on the walls, it would have to be some type of, like my pictures in my walls, I use the, command strips or something like that. That would be absolutely fine.
Those look like they have sticky backs on
Yeah.
them.
They do, so we'll have to see how well those stick up with them, but I already have like different prints to put in them from Suicide Week to,
Sure.
we do the
Yeah,
flu
I
shots.
specifically told maintenance not to put any holes in the doors because I signed the agreement about the doors.
And that's fine with the
They told
doors.
us no holes or anything like that for whatever years. However that would affect the warranty, I have no idea, but it was no holes in those, so.
So
Yeah,
I'm-
if you can get them to stick, that'd be great.
on the walls.
on the walls.
And that's good to go? So
Yep.
I can start today?
Oh, I'm one commissioner. Yes. Aye.
Fine with me.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yep. This is
Thanks,
about the
Shelby.
best meeting we've had in 2 months.
Well, still covered a lot of ground. All right. Well, we will recess. Thank you.
All right, thanks.